Going on, guys? In this video we're going to be breaking down Ramana Maharshi's quotes. Now, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Darius. So I have been doing a bunch of different practices to be able to know myself as existence. You would pretty much say I'm a master at this. So this is what Ramana Maharshi said. He said, success and failure are due to destiny and not to willpower or the lack of it. One should try to gain equanimity of mind under all circumstances. That is willpower. Now, I want to break this down because I remember reading this and I had a misunderstanding. Or I did have an understanding, but it wasn't the actual... I didn't really understand it on the conscious mind. So we need to understand that with non-duality, with being able to understand that you are existence, you start realizing that everything happens by itself. This world, your existence as an identity, is all God's creation. And God, it's God's world. It's like God playing with himself. Okay? So when it got to do with what you're going to do, the actions that you're going to take, it happens by itself. So then you would probably say it is predetermined. But it's actually not. Because not only are you the observer, but also you are the chooser. Let's say you get into an awareness to the point where you understand that your thoughts are happening by itself. Your feelings are happening by itself. Your actions are happening by itself. Your whole existence is happening by itself. Then you go, whatever I do, I just do. It happens. You can leave it like that, but you have to understand that what you do is going to be coming from the frequency that you choose. When you came on earth, you had a frequency. And based on the frequency that you have, that's what life you have. Okay? And you can get to the point where frequency can be since the beginning of your first time coming on earth. There is like a soul. Your soul has all the different experiences that you had from this lifetime, the other lifetime, next lifetime, all those different things. Okay? And that would be like a frequency. But I have came to the point where if you choose a frequency that will create the life that you want, then the actions that you take will come from that frequency. So then you pretty much choose your destiny. Okay? And so that is what we want to be able to do, even with the understanding of realizing that life is predetermined. Because life is predetermined in a way, but it's also not. Because, again, if you realize that everything is happening by itself, whatever frequency you have, that's the type of thoughts, the feelings, the actions, and the results that you're going to have. But if you choose a different frequency, then you will pretty much you will have a different life, but you will know what type of life you're going to have. It's like a movie, okay? So we get to the point where, let's say, you understand, you're sitting, you go to the movie theater. You're sitting in the movie theater. You choose the movie. You're sitting on the seat. You're watching the movie. The movie's being played out, okay? But you're the one sitting down watching it. That's exactly what's happening right now. You are sitting on the seat, watching the movie of life play out. And whatever character is there, that's like your identity. That is your body. and whatever experience you're having, that's what's happening in the movie. But once the movie ends, let's say your body ends or your experience of being human ends, you just leave. Okay? That's where you get to the point where I'm the observer, I'm the awareness, and I'm watching this human experience happen. But also, remember what we said in the beginning. You choose the movie. You didn't go to the movie theater and go, this is the movie that you gotta watch. No, you choose the movie. So you can go to the movie theater and choose the movie that you want. So you can go ahead and pretty much, in this understanding, so we can understand, is you choose the frequency that you want. Then you could be able to watch the movie be played out, which is your life be played out as a person. So that's where we have to have the distinction of saying this is predetermined, but it's also you get to watch what you are watching instead of saying you are enslaved to your destiny. Okay? Because if your existence itself, you could be able to choose your perspective of your life. So that is a clear-cut understanding on how to be able to not only be okay with the fact is everything does happen by itself and you are just observing all of it, but then also you get to be able to choose the life that you want. Not by controlling action, because again, there's no you controlling action. There's no you doing anything. The you doesn't exist. It is just an ego illusion wanting itself to be real, but it's not. Everything is happening by itself. And so you get to choose what you are. Once you choose the frequency, action does. It just does. It just moves based on the frequency. Frequency and action goes, what's the frequency? Okay, I take action. That's exactly how it is. So you have to go to the beginning of it. This is the reason why people go, I'm trying to take action, I'm trying to change myself, I want to do this, I want to do that. But they never end up doing it because the person that they are doesn't align with that. This is why it's so many times it's so hard to be able to produce a result, because the person that you are doesn't do that. He's like, listen, I don't do this. What are you talking about? We do this. So you need to change the person that you are to be able to align with the actions that you want. So again, changing identity, but what creates identity? Identity, it comes from frequency, okay? First frequency, then identity, then it produces thoughts, then it produces feelings, then it produces actions, then it produces results, then you can have the feedback. But that's how it works. But then again, all of that happens by itself and you're just observing it. There's no you controlling thought, controlling feeling, controlling action. If you're in a low awareness and you tell me I control my thought, good for you. You are in illusion. That still doesn't change the fact that everything happens by itself. You just need to understand, and if you're able to understand, even if you have low awareness, that everything happens by itself, or even say it, everything happens by itself. I gotta choose the frequency, then automatically stuff will be able to shift and happen. This is why you need to be able to have a coach. You need to be able to have someone to help you. I have one-on-one consulting. It's gonna be a link in the description. Press the link. It's like a calendar link. It's going to be a free coaching call to be able to help you, guide you with this, because it could be totally hard to understand consciously about this stuff if you don't have the awareness. Okay? So do that. But just understand that you are not enslaved to what you to the life that you're watching or the reality that you're watching. Again, we're going to be talking like that because I'm not going to go ahead and tell you, oh, control your action, control your action. At least apparently, it seems like you're controlling your action, but then again, it's apparently. Apparently, there's a world. Apparently, there's a body moving and talking. Apparently, there's thoughts happening. Apparently, there's you trying to control your thoughts. Apparently, there's feelings that come up and you need to be able to process it. But then again, it's apparently. Doesn't make it true. But then again, it is true. But in the ultimate truth, there is just existence and it's playing a game with itself, apparently not being existence. Okay? So, understand that. That is the truth. I don't give a damn if you go ahead and go for 10 hours a day and ask yourself, who am I? Because you're going to get to this understanding. I am a complete master of non-duality. Okay? And I'm not saying in a cockiness. I spent so much time to be able to understand this. You have to be able to listen, okay? So, remember that. That's going to help you. If you have any questions, write it in the comments. If you have any comments, please comment. That will help. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like and subscribe. And yeah.